to contribute to my church, to contribute to whatever charity I want to contribute to. That's my America, that's my money, and I want to live my life with that money. That's the original American dream. The American dream that I think the president believes in, which has really taken hold the last 100 years. This goes back to Roosevelt. You make a buck, you're going to give government about 50 cents of that buck. And by the way, that's going to keep going up. But let's just say right now, you give the government 50 cents of that dollar. Government then is going to grow to take care of health care. Government's going to tell you if you can contribute to a charity or not. Government will give you tax write-offs. Government will take care of your parents when they get older. Government will do all these things. Now, hold on a minute. I don't want to speak ill of that. That's not my American. By golly, I don't want us to get there. And I think the reason we're all like this right now is because we're damn close to that. That is what I believe this president believes in.
Socialism.
Again, another word for it, whatever. There are labels, whatever. All I'm saying is, in my America, the American dream, there should be no, I don't care if you make $1 billion or $100,000 or 40. The money you make is yours. Yeah, we all put something in to support government, but it's yours. And it's not like, I don't want to live in an America where we want everybody to make $80,000. And we want everybody to have the exact same schooling. And everybody has the exact same health care. A, it's impossible. B, you have to eliminate all of freedom to get there. But that's what we're fighting about. And just another way around what you're saying is, we have crept over, is that the right word? What's the past tense of
we have demanded.
Well, we have, but yeah, and see, politicians hate to do this. But you're right, it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault, and it's your fault. If I say it's your fault, you might hit me, so I won't say it. It's our fault, because we didn't think anything of it. We just kept electing the same people every 4 years. We didn't really pay attention. They kept growing government, and these programs that we started, they never seem to end, right? We're in Afghanistan. Heck, we could be there another 200 years. We started Department of Education. It'll never go away. Medicare, we started Medicare 50 years ago to be a safety net for the truly needy. Now everybody takes advantage of Medicare when you reach a certain age. We just keep wanting and wanting. You can't. We can't. Yes, sir.
Morning today. Happy holiday to
Happy
everybody.
Thanksgiving.
To the upcoming holiday season to everybody. Just as we, the people, the government, are able to negotiate pharmaceutical prices for Medicaid, and just as we, the people, the government, are able to negotiate prices for the Veterans Administration, would you consider introducing legislation that we, the people, would be able to negotiate pharmaceutical prices for Medicare and or allow for the reimportation of drugs from other countries?
Yes, in a heartbeat.
Which one?
Both. And you know what? I'm curious as to if there's any legislation that's already been introduced on either one of those. Do you know of any?
No, because the prescription Medicare Part D in 2004 does not allow our government to negotiate prices, and it was a giveaway to the pharmaceutical industry. And that is money that can be gone after and put back to pay off our debt immediately.
I agree with you on both scores. Thanks. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I need to ask you, you signed over Northwest,
Yes.
Okay, when did you sign it?
Can't hear. Oh, hold up. She asked if I signed a Grover Norquist. It was an anti-tax bill. When did I sign it? Probably when I was running.
Absolutely.
I think when I was a candidate.
The Grover Northwest pledge was addressed to candidates. One of the issues around the super committee is they are basically not 12, but as many people have said, 13. Who is a 13? Grover Norquist. Grover Norquist has been involved in government for 25 years. He has incorrectly stated, but the press has repeated it, members in government have repeated it, and they have said that members of Congress Congress have signed this pledge never to even consider any possibility of raising taxes. And I want to ask you, could you please
Go
let
ahead.
me finish? Under
You'll
what
probably clap with my answer.
constitutional guidelines, especially Article 1, are you allowed to give up any of your responsibilities and powers to look at and consider any proposals? Given that Grover Norquist has said, unless his pledge is honored and followed totally, he will primary you out of your job.
Thank you.
That is a threat, and I'd like to know if I can get a copy of the pledge. I've been trying since September the 23rd. I have contacted your office 6 times, and it is only this last effort that pledge has even been acknowledged. I was told I need to contact Grover Norquist himself. Grover Norquist has been on air, and he said he's given every day a copy of the pledge.
Let me cut you off by saying, we'll get a hold of anything I've signed. We'll get you a copy of. That's a public pledge. You can look at it. So
Why are you
let's get to that most important question. But if you want a copy of it, make sure we get your info before you leave, and I'll get you a copy of it. Let's be clear about something, because again, both sides want to play politics. The right's got the Koch brothers and Grover Norquist. The left has George Soros and MoveOn.org. And politicians, most of them, tend to jump at whatever these guys are saying. I don't care who puts a pledge in front of me. If it's something I, myself, in my heart and head agree with, I'll sign it only if in my heart and head I agree with it. I've met Grover Norquist a couple times. I don't know the man at all. So it's not Grover Norquist telling Joe Walsh, I'm not going to raise taxes. It's me. I will never vote to raise taxes. Period. When you put politics aside, the more interesting debate is, okay, Congressman Walsh, why aren't you going to raise taxes? But forget about that pledge stuff. That's just stuff to throw out there. Both sides have these pledges. If you want to nail politicians for signing them, go ahead and do it. But I can just speaking for myself. I sign things that I believe in. I'm a huge pro-gun guy. I want Illinois. Hold on. I want Illinois to be a concealed carry.
All right. First of all, Grover in no way can verify that the constituents put you into office because of that reason. He claims that is the reason.
Oh, I don't care what.
George H. Bush lost.
But I don't care what he says.
You have not been put into office. We are the 3-3 as independents, Democrats, and Republicans. You can't say that under 300 people put you in the office because of this tax.
But but here's the beauty though. Here's the beauty. And again, forget Grover Norquist. He lives in forget it. He lives in D.C. I don't care about him. If most people in this district are mad at me, what's your first name?
All right, this is a letter to the editor.
No, hey, this is, again, just let me get back, and you can pass it around.
It was in the newspaper. I'm asking you to respond to it in writing.
Okay, I'll respond to this in writing.
It was in the Herald,
But-
and it was also in the Independent. I want you to answer. This is to also Representative Jack Franks.
Okay.
Sign the pledge because Grover
Okay.
is now penetrating states.
Okay, great,
He is
great,
going
great, great.
after not only
Okay, great.
government,
Here's
he's
the-
going after
Ma'am, hold on, important point. Love you to death, I'll take a look at this. Look.
When you write a
Look.
letter to the editor answering why you signed the pledge, so that you can respond.
Sure, I will write a letter to the editor why I signed a pledge, and more importantly, why I will not raise taxes. To me, that's the more important debate. And I'm not going to raise taxes. But here's the beauty. Here's the beauty, my dear. You get to come here. You get to tell me what you want, and you get to vote against me next year if you're not happy with me saying the following. There is no way on God's green earth I will vote to raise taxes on anybody while I'm in Congress. Period. Whether Grover Norquist or the Pope or anybody tells me to. We're not all on left and right, and we got these guys on both sides that are trying to influence us, left and right. Would you acknowledge that there are some on the left that do the same thing?
Joe, I'm not
Yes or no?
talking about raising taxes.
No, wait a minute.
I am talking about process. You gave up your legal duties. You gave up those assigned duties
Thank
that
you.
were given to you. You asked me to take the pledge. I said, okay, I had a bunch of gear I was just gonna sit. It's not my obligation. I don't have to stand. You don't have to take that pledge. You don't have to give up those duties that were given to you when you took that oath to be in that office, and that's exactly what you have done. You have broken your pledge to
Oh,
your
no,
process.
that was a pledge I made when I campaigned. When I campaigned, no, ma'am. When I campaigned, I told folks, here, I'm Joe Walsh. Let me be clear with you. We're spending too much money in Washington. I'm not going to vote to raise taxes on anybody. And so people then had a right to say, I'm going to vote for him or I'm not. That's the American system. So you have a right not to vote for me. Let's move this around, all the way in the back.
Hi, Joe.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. But I will be happy
I'm
to.
from the east end of the district, out in Gurnee. I haven't
Welcome.
met you until today.
Thank you for coming.
And I want to thank you for voting against the debt ceiling limit.
Yep.
That same day, I was on the phone all day calling all freshmen that voted for it to let them know I'll be donating to whoever runs against them. And this week was a perfect example of why. But I'm really confused and cannot get together on you leaving my area to go run somewhere else is what I'm guessing is going to happen.
Do you think I'm going to leave your area?
Yeah, I spent time on the phone for you, donated to you, and now I hear you're going and running other places.
It's not my choice!
Well, you can move in back to my district.
Well,
You're renting, you can move, I mean, if
no, but where are you? You're in Gurnee?
East Gurnee, yeah.
Okay, here's the deal, though, but let's just be realistic. The Democrats drew a map that we Republicans have taken to court, and I think we got a shot to overturn it. But in the Democratic district,
We need a guy like you to run.
no, you and I live in the same district. I would still, in this new district, represent most of Gurnee. I don't know exactly where you are, but I would represent most of Gurnee.
I'm reading, you're going to be running against.
No, well, yeah, but that new district, here's how crazy it is. The new district in which I live in is about a third of Lake County, almost all the area around Gurnee. It's almost all of McHenry County. Then it goes down into Kane, Kendall, Will, and DeKalb. So it's a huge district, but it does include, it sweeps all around, but it does include Gurnee. But look, again,
So you don't have a choice, they pin you guys against each other, right?
they drew a district where we both live.
Yeah.
Again, we're trying to overturn it, and we got a decent chance.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
I haven't understood it yet.
Yeah, so that's the crazy new.
They're making it sound like you're going after them, you know?
No.
Let's try to search the district's lines, and I can't find
Real important point, guys. I live in McHenry, Illinois. Give it up for McHenry. I live in McHenry. The Democrats drew a district where I live and where another Republican freshman live, trying to force us to run against each other. And it's a crazy district, Lake, McHenry, and all the way south. Yes, sir.
In 1955, I had the occasion to go to high school with a young Mexican by the name of Vicente Fox. He later became president of Mexico. And for many, many years, I've been a regular tourist and resident of Mexico. I recently returned from Mexico, and many friends that I have accumulated down there over decades are almost in tears as to what the United States is doing to Mexico by believing that the United States government is supporting the drug cartels in an effort to cause an enormous revolution of violent nature. What is your position on Eric Holder and Fast and Furious?
Well, that should be easy.
What will be done? I mean,
Yeah. No, thank you. It's an important question. I sent a letter to Eric Holder 3 weeks ago asking him to resign. He never got back to me. I then sent a letter to the president last week before I left town. 40 other members of Congress signed the letter asking the president to ask Eric Holder to resign. What's going to happen? I think that between Fast and Furious, and then you got Solyndra and a lot of this green job stuff, you're going to probably see real full-throttled investigations on both of them. I consider what our government did in Fast and Furious to be beyond outrageous.
Does everybody know what?
Does everybody know what Fast and
Iraq, what was our best interest in Iraq?
Oh, I mean, there's a long list.
Trillions of
No,
dollars.
hold on.
Huge.
No, there's a long list of outrageous things our government's done.
It's $500 million, sir, that's all.
No.
Small poultry, some compared to the waste and fraud. that's been
You know what,
going on.
it's, again, hey, when it comes to outrageous things our government does, we could be here all day. I agree with you. And right now, I'm focused on this thing in front of us, Fast and Furious, where our government forced federally licensed gun dealers to sell 2,000 guns to Mexican drug cartels and then turned the other way. And those guns have come back and killed, right now,